Hello everyone, welcome to 10-Minute Physiology. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the difference between molecular and empirical formulas. So with that, let's give it a go. So what is a molecule? So a molecule is a group of two or more atoms that are chemically bonded together. Molecules are the smallest identifiable units that a substance can be divided into, yet still retain the composition and chemical properties of the substance. So what are some examples of molecules? So the first example of a molecule can be something like water. So water is an oxygen atom that is bound to two hydrogen atoms. Another example of a molecule is carbon dioxide, where you have one carbon atom that is chemically bonded to two oxygens. So now that we know what a molecule is, let's talk about the difference between molecular and empirical formulas. So in order to understand the difference, we're going to do a little example. So right here we have a molecule, and this molecule has three types of atoms. The first is carbon, the second is oxygen, and the third is hydrogen. Now inside this molecule, we can actually count the number of carbons, hydrogens, and oxygens. And when we do so, we get 8 carbons, 8 hydrogens, and 4 oxygens. Now from this information, we can actually derive the molecular and empirical formulas. So what is the molecular formula of this molecule? Well, the molecular formula of this molecule basically is going to tell us two things. It's going to tell us the identity of each atom as well as the exact number of each atom. So for this particular molecule, we have C8H8O4 being the molecular formula. So what is this molecular formula telling us? It's telling us that we have 8 carbons, 8 hydrogens, and 4 oxygens in this molecule. So as a reminder, the molecular formula tells us two things. It tells us the identities of the atoms found in the molecule, and it's also going to tell us the exact number of each atom type. So remember that the molecular formula here is telling us that we have 8 carbons, 8 hydrogens, and 4 oxygens in our molecule. So what is the empirical formula of this molecule? So in order to get the empirical formula, we divide the molecular formula by the greatest common factor. So in this case, the greatest common factor is going to be 4. So if we divide C8H8O4 by 4, we get C2H2O. And this is going to be the empirical formula of the molecule that we've been talking about. So this is the difference between the molecular and empirical formula. So now let's apply what we learned to a practice question. So what is the empirical formula of the molecule below? So take a second, pause the video, and find out what the answer is for yourself. So hopefully you pause the video. So in order to answer this question, we first have to find how many carbons and hydrogens we have in our molecule. So if you were to count them up, we have 6 carbons and 12 hydrogens. So therefore, our molecular formula is C6H12. Now, in order to get the empirical formula, we need to take our molecular formula and divide it by the greatest common factor. So we take C6H12, divide it by 6, and we get the empirical formula CH2. So the correct answer is choice D, CH2. So that's it for this video. I hope this video helped you understand the difference between empirical and molecular formula, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.